The Galactic Senate chamber buzzed with the low murmur of over 1,000 species, each represented, each jostling for influence. Among the arc of illuminated symbols marking every member civilization, one seat had long remained dark. A stylized, blue and white insignia, a remnant from a planet called Earth, sat untouched for centuries. Some considered it a relic, others a warning. But for the youngest generation of delegates, it was a joke. They never show, never speak, never vote, barked High Minister Toval of the Vexari, clicking his mandibles with disdain. Why do we keep pretending they matter? Several murmurs of agreement rippled across the chamber. Even the once wary were tiring of Earth's silence. Toval continued, I propose the Earth seat be formally revoked. Let us stop wasting symbolism on ghosts. A few older species twitched nervously. The Ixari delegate stirred in his aquatic tank. That seat is left untouched for a reason. Earth chooses silence. We do not provoke what chooses silence. But, the Vexari laughed, they're a backwater system, barely Type 2, haven't even signed the pact. If they wanted in, they'd be here. The vote was called. Across the chamber, one by one, the lights flicked green. In favor. The Earth seat was formally vacated. A ceremonial data purge began. All references to Terran sovereignty removed from the Senate Codex. A minor ritual was staged. A digital flame extinguished over the Earth icon. The gesture drew applause. That night, 3 star systems lost all contact with their relay satellites. No pattern, no aggression, just sudden silence. An isolated malfunction, the Senate claimed statistical anomaly. Until the message arrived, it came without encryption, without a header, bouncing through ancient relay codes long deprecated by galactic networks. A single line of Terran standard. We noticed. The chamber froze as the message replayed again and again, each time overriding attempts to purge it. Emergency AI protocols couldn't trace the source. It wasn't sent from a system. It was sent from everywhere. Every satellite, every relay, every security node that touched interstellar bandwidth had carried it. Then, during a scheduled diplomatic exchange on the Vexari homeworld, a senior envoy collapsed mid-speech. No wounds, no attack. But their neural interface was blank, scrubbed clean, not even factory settings remaining. Medical AI called it a surgical reset by a superior intelligence. Still, the Senate hesitated to blame Earth. Correlation didn't equal causation. They insisted. They sent a probe towards Sul, cloaked, shielded, silent. It never returned. No explosion. No interference pattern. Its signal simply stopped, flatlined outside Jupiter's orbit. A week later, raw sensor data leaked from a military scout ship showed a distortion, a ripple in space like liquid folding inward, swallowing light. Someone whispered, they didn't shoot, they erased. The silence that followed was louder than war drums. Delegates began reviewing their archives. Myths surfaced. Tales of the Terran quiet, of black sites wiped clean, of impossible technologies dismissed as ghost stories. The Senate met again, not to discuss action, but to question fear. And then, unbidden, the Earth seat symbol reappeared on the chamber's central display, glowing softly. No one had restored it, and this time, no one dared speak. Panic clawed its way through the Senate's gilded halls. Security protocols were upgraded. AI surveillance was spun into overdrive. But nothing, no trace, no signal, revealed the origin of the message or the fate of the vanished probe. Delegates demanded answers. The Vexari doubled down, claiming this was a bluff, a scare tactic, some ancient AI still running rogue. They insisted on escalation. Send another fleet, a stronger one. Show force. The second fleet was launched within a week. 40 ships, stealth-equipped, with protocols to self-destruct if compromised. They didn't even reach the edge of Sol. At 3.2 light-years out, every ship's telemetry flatlined in sync. Not a battle, not a signal, just total vanishment, like the fleet had been edited out of the universe. The Senate tried to contain it, but fear spread fast. Member systems leaked fragments of the event. Fringe colonies began broadcasting apologies, unsolicited transmissions into deep space, each pleading no offense had been intended. Some believed Earth was still dormant. Others suspected this wasn't Earth at all, but something else that had claimed their name. Then came the neural pulses. Random species across vast sectors experienced the same dream. No images, just presence, something watching, observing from every corner of the dark. A being that could see through light, through data, through time. Priests declared it divine. Scientists screamed quantum hallucination. The Senate convened under emergency lockdown. Elder races, the ones who had lived through the unseen wars and the void incursions, spoke quietly. They'd always known Earth was different, not stronger, not smarter, just unknowable. We stopped watching them, one ancient said, but they never stopped watching us. A motion to reach out, to reoffer Earth its seat was proposed, but the younger factions blocked it. They can't be allowed to manipulate us with fear, said Toval. We set the rules, not them. He didn't make it home. Mid-jump, his transport vanished. Not destroyed, just gone. Navigation logs from his escort showed something impossible, a rerouting signal embedded inside Toval's own ship, written in a codebase last seen in Earth's pre-space era. Static, analog, magnetic pulses, no race used such tech anymore. After that, the Earth symbol stopped appearing, but something else took its place, a countdown, a slow, ticking mark. It appeared only on official Senate devices. No one could remove. It one tick every standard day. No demand, no explanation. Just the steady rhythm of time slipping away. The Senate fractured. Alliances shifted. Old enemies united under the banner of survival. Arguments erupted. Should they beg forgiveness? Should they attack Earth preemptively? Should they disband the Senate itself? Then a new signal came through directly into the Senate chamber's core systems. Not a message, a data burst, coordinates. Everyone recognized them. Earth, a single line, followed. Send your voice, not your fleet. The countdown continued unfazed. The Senate had been given its final warning, and this time no one voted. They just stared at the Earth seat, glowing quietly, like it had never left. The countdown reached 0 without fanfare, no explosion, no invasion, just silence. Then space split. Above the Senate's orbital spire, reality folded like paper, forming a seamless sphere of shifting light. Not a ship, not even a craft. An entrance. And through it stepped a single human. No guards moved, no weapons locked. Every automated system stood idle, as if overridden by something older than command. The figure wore no armor, no insignia, just a black, form-fitting garment, laced with subtle energy currents. Her eyes were unreadable, deep, ancient. She spoke calmly. I am Director Amara. Earth has heard your vote. She descended into the chamber, her footsteps soft, echoing far louder than any alarm ever had. The Senate delegates tried to address her, to raise procedural questions, to engage in diplomacy, but none of their vocalizations triggered the translation fields. It wasn't a malfunction. The system ignored them. Only when she reached the floor did it activate again. When she spoke. Your galactic network is a child's toy. Your fleets, choreography. Your power, noise. You declared Earth irrelevant. You lit a signal flare. She gestured upward. And now you've been seen. Delegates whispered accusations, threats, apologies, but she didn't react to any of them. Her gaze didn't waver. "You mistake absence for weakness. For 500 years, Earth has watched, not interfered, not imposed, observed. We watched. Wars end before they began. Collapses averted with whispers, not ships. You thought us passive. You were mistaken." Someone finally managed to stand and ask the question, "What do you want?" Her answer was instant. "Nothing." She pulled a small device from her wrist, transparent, humming with quiet potential, and placed it on the central table. "This is a vote trigger, not for us, for you. One vote, one decision. You may either recognize Earth's autonomy beyond your jurisdiction or revoke all contact permanently." One delegate scoffed. "And if we choose the latter?" She tilted her head. "Then you will not remember this meeting, nor yourselves, nor the chamber you sit in." Her tone never changed. It wasn't a threat. It was certainty. You believed the galaxy ran on strength, that you sat at the peak of civilization. But strength without depth is a shell. Earth has no seat, because we do not need one. The device on the table pulsed, awaiting input. Amara turned and began walking toward the shimmering fold that still hovered in space. She paused at its edge. "This is not war, this is restraint. If we had wanted war, the stars would already be dark." And then she vanished. No flash, no sound. The fold sealed itself like a dream dissolving. The chamber sat still, not in fear, in recognition. They hadn't met a threat. They had met the answer to a question they hadn't dared to ask. What happens when the quiet ones stand up? The vote remained. But for the first time in its long history, the Galactic Senate waited. Not to decide, but to survive. No one spoke for an hour. The chamber remained frozen, each delegate locked in the silence Amara left behind. The device pulsed, steady, indifferent. It didn't pressure, it didn't count down. It simply waited. A silent referendum on the Senate's future. When the first delegate cast a vote, it wasn't out of fear. It was clarity. The myth of Earth had been peeled back, and underneath wasn't wrath, but will. What followed was a cascade. One by one, species submitted their answer, not to invite Earth in, but to acknowledge it no longer needed permission. The final tally wasn't close. 870 of the 936 votes aligned. Earth was to be designated not a member, not a partner, but a sovereign observer, outside jurisdiction, beyond reprimand, above interference. It had no authority to vote. It didn't need to. Its authority was already woven into the fabric of consequence. The device dimmed, then dissolved into the table like mist. In the weeks that followed, subtle shifts rippled through galactic infrastructure. Pirate fleets disbanded overnight. Their leaders vanished, no traces, no struggle. Trade cartels known for exploiting fringe worlds quietly issued refunds, restructures, apologies. No military action occurred, no announcements made. Things simply changed. Systems that had long been ignored began to thrive. Scientific breakthroughs emerged from colonies that had been stifled for centuries. Technology, thought impossible, began to circulate quietly, never acknowledged, never traced, but unmistakably human in origin. One senator attempted to uncover Earth's methods. Her staff found a single data packet on their internal network, sealed in obsolete code. They cracked it open. It was a photo, black and white, a human child smiling next to a chalkboard. No text, no timestamp, just the feeling that someone had seen them. After that, she resigned. The Vexari seat remained empty. The Senate never spoke of what happened to their leadership. It became taboo, spoken of only in hushed tones and half-believed rumors. Some said their homeworld was still there, but no signals came in or out, like it had been wrapped in a mirror of silence. New member races, unaware of the old tensions, would sometimes ask about the glowing empty seat at the chamber's heart. The answers varied: symbolic, reserved, historical. But the truth was etched into the hearts of every species who had witnessed the return. It was Earth's seat, not because they wanted it, but because no one else could bear it. And though no human ever appeared again, though no voice followed Amara's, the galaxy never forgot the message they had carried without saying it. Earth does not conquer, it waits. And when patience runs out, it does not fight. It ends. The chamber moved on. Politics resumed. Fleets launched. Empires rose. But always, the glowing symbol sat untouched, not as a threat, as a memory. Of the day the quiet ones reminded the stars who truly listens in the dark.